what we're talking about here is a deepening of the existing cooperation that there is between the French and the British authorities, with the UK now offering to provide surveillance equipment, things like drones, radar, camera, even binoculars, in exchange for France, as you say, doubling their manpower, doubling the number of patrols on this stretch of coastline and enhancing security at its ports. Now, this has been a particularly growing problem this year. An estimated 8,000 people have tried to make this, or have made this dangerous crossing in small boats. But that's not to say that the numbers crossing the channel to seek asylum are growing overall. Part of the reason we saw more people in boats is put down to very good weather that we had earlier in the summer, but also the fact that due to the coronavirus pandemic, there was less conventional traffic going across the English Channel. So people had fewer options to stow away in trucks, for example, a method of passage which has its own risks, of course. And both sides, I suppose, both of the political sides in this have a stake in all this. Migrants crossing the Channel in small boats is a very hot political button here in the UK, particularly with the support base for the Conservative government which is in power here. And in France, of course, France has no interest in having large encampments of migrants building up in Calais as they seek to cross the Channel. And what the UK is seeking to stress in announcing this deal is that they're not simply, clamping down on people, but clamping down on the people trafficking gangs, the organised criminals who are charging many thousands of pounds or thousands of euros to these people to make this very dangerous journey in generally overloaded and vessels which are too small.
Tig, what are other people involved in this? Campaigning groups, for example. What's their response been to this deal? Is the general idea that this is going to be a plan that will work?
No, in short. They disagree with the approach, saying that the government's approach is more stick than carrot, if you want to put it that way. Governments clearly think that beefing up security will stop these people from making the journey. But the point that charities working with these individuals say is that, listen, when people are so desperate that they're going to take a risk like this, well, then they'll find a way, or they'll try to avoid the security. One charity pointed out that, as far as it's concerned, the only way to reduce these numbers is to create a safe and legal route for these people to come into the UK. What they're talking about there is actual paperwork, enabling people to apply to come to the UK. Certainly they have that ability right now, and one asylum seeker I spoke to just a couple of months ago said he tried that, but he was turned down, even though his case is now being heard here. Now, the UK says it will review its asylum system next year to make it fairer, but it says it will still be firm, but it's given few specifics as to what it's going to do. In the meantime, though, what it is doing is beefing up what one organisation, Care for Calais, calls a military deterrent, which is there to deter ordinary, desperate people.